In a closed country in Southeast Asia, belief in God is uncommon. Officially atheist and Buddhist by tradition, less than 10% of the country's population is Christian. But God has not left the people here without a witness. Through the power of the Holy Spirit and the testimony of faithful believers, He is revealing Himself in ways like never before. And to some, like church planter Pham, He makes Himself known in miraculous ways. My name is Pastor Sang, and this is ASAP Ministries Mission Matters.
For many years, I was a commercial van driver. I had a good route, transporting people 70 miles between the two largest cities in the northern part of the country. It paid well, and I had freedom to do what I wanted. I had no need for God. One Christmas Eve, I was called to drive a group of people to a special event. My permit allowed me to carry only 12 passengers in my van, but when I arrived to pick up the group, there were 23 people. I can't drive a group this large, I told them. If the police catch me, I will have to pay a fine for every passenger above the limit. My van could be confiscated and I won't be able to work. Don't worry, the group leader told me, we will be responsible for any fines. Are you sure? I asked him, and he reassured me. Finally, because of their persistence, I agreed. It wasn't easy to fit 23 people into my van, but we managed, and soon we were on our way, and that's when it all happened. The entire group started singing hymns. They were Christians. Not only was I transporting them illegally, but now they were breaking the law with their worshiping, and they were singing loudly. I began shaking with fear. There were 6 major intersections on the route between the two cities, with police stationed at each one. As we approached the first intersection, I was so anxious that my stomach was churning. But at that intersection, something strange happened. The policeman turned away from the van as we passed. It was very strange. It was almost as if he didn't even see us. At the second intersection, the same thing happened. This is not normal, I said to myself. At the third intersection, again the police turned away as if the van was invisible. These happened all 6 intersections. Imagine a van packed full of Christians, singing hymns so loudly, and not a single policeman noticed. I couldn't believe it. Throughout the trip, there had been 2 ladies at the front of the van. They were the only ones not singing. Instead, they seemed to be talking, but I couldn't understand what they were saying. Then I realized that they had been praying. When we arrived at the destination, the 2 ladies invited me to join them inside for a meeting. But I declined. I'm done with my duty. You can all get out, I told them. They said, you are a special guest. We insist that you come in. Again, I refused. The 2 ladies got out of the van, but 2 others came in and took their place. They were persistent, and after 10 minutes, I finally agreed to go in with them. I didn't want to, but I felt like a bull being pulled by its nose ring. That night, I heard about salvation through Jesus Christ for the first time, and it touched my heart. At the end of the sermon, the preacher asked people to raise their hands if they wanted to commit their lives to God. I raised my hand along with 2 other young people. When I got home, I told my wife what had happened. I was surprised to learn that she had accepted Christ 2 months earlier. She had kept it a secret because my heart was so hardened against Christianity. If I had found out, I would have beaten her. but she had been praying for me night and day, and God had answered her prayers.
Paul quit his job as a commercial driver and began studying to become a pastor in another denomination. A few years later, his heart was stirred when he heard the three angels' messages of Revelation 14, and he joined the Seventh-day Adventist Church. Today, he leads 8 house church groups in the 3rd largest city in the country. Many more church planters are needed to help reach precious souls for Christ in close countries. That's why we have launched a brand new initiative to support what we call GWIT, God's work in dangerous, oppressive places. Gifts of all amounts are needed, but those who give $100 or more per month for this special project will be eligible to join Team GWIT and receive exciting monthly reports of how the Holy Spirit is working in regions hostile to the gospel. Will you join Team GWIT and help ASAP missionaries advance God's work in dangerous, oppressive places today? Because Jesus is coming soon. Now more than ever, mission matters.